I simply cannot accept the claim that the attack on the Liberty was a result of misidentification, because I will never accept the fact that the professionalism of the Israeli forces, who have been in several wars since World War II and have fared extremely well, I won't accept that their professionalism is such that they did not identify the ship. The fact being that I have probably had as much experience, if not more, than any living person in flying over the ocean and identifying ships in peace and war, and I do know quite a bit about that, and I think if you understand that the Liberty was the ugliest ship in the Navy, the only ship like it in the Atlantic Ocean, and that the Israelis keep very close tabs on military equipments owned by various nations, I just will never believe and accept the fact that it was lack of identification that caused them to. Well, I think the motive seems to be very apparent, namely that the Israelis were preparing to attack in the Golan Heights, and they did not want the United States government to know that this attack was pending, because there had been some discussions about the expansion of the Israeli effort during this war, and I think the Israelis had been advised that the United States would not look with favor on this attack into Syria, and consequently the purpose was to make certain that the communications that Israel had to evoke in order to organize this attack, they wanted to be certain that it was not known in advance by the United States. Well, I felt that the monument that was placed in Arlington Cemetery at the site of the mass grave of some of the fatalities, casualties in the attack, was in itself indicative of the fact that an effort was being made to downplay the real facts in this case. For instance, the initial inscription said died in the Mediterranean, and it took considerable effort and much time to get the inscription set up properly and say that they were killed aboard the USS Liberty. That's what happened to them. They didn't die from any disease or plague or thing of that kind. They were killed.